Hello students, welcome to Dakshina E-Classroom. So guys, how are you all? I hope you all are well and you are studying very well. So now we are discussing in this lecture the questions of friction and the exercise of friction. Okay? So we will be starting section A of exercise 1. It deals with kinetic friction. So A1 they are saying if the normal force is doubled, the coefficient of friction is. If normal force is doubled, ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे क्वेश्चन को पहले. एंड whenever you are solving the questions, उसको एज अ प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट लेकर के सॉल्व करो. पहले सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो, देन मैच द आंसर्स. देखो आपने कितना स्कोर किया अकॉर्डिंग टू +4 -1 एंड सॉल्व ऑल द प्रैक्टिस शीट्स लाइक दैट ओनली. So question number 1 is if the normal force is doubled, the coefficient of friction is half, doubled, tripled, not changed. So क्या आएगा इसका आंसर? सीधी सी बात है, जो हम लोग का coefficient of friction है mu, it doesn't depend on normal. Friction depends on normal force. Friction is maximum value of static friction is mu n, but the coefficient of friction depends only on the material, है ना? जो surface हमारा है वो किस material का बना है, it depends on that. तो उसकी रफनेस किस पे डिपेंड करती है? इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द मटेरियल. सो आप नॉर्मल को बढ़ा दो, कम कर दो, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू अफेक्ट द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. सो वी आर गोइंग टू गेट द सेम कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर सरफेस. तो क्या आएगा? नॉट चेंज्ड. A2 if the coefficient of friction of a plane inclined at 45 degree is 0.5, then acceleration of body sliding freely on it is. क्या गिवन है हमें? We have an inclined plane which is inclined at 45 degree. So this is the inclined plane, inclined at 45 degree, and here mu is 0.5. If the coefficient of friction is 0.5, then acceleration of body sliding freely on it. So sliding freely मतलब क्या होगा? यहाँ पे इधर एक फोर्स लगेगा which is या फिर एक्सेलरेशन लगेगा. भाई कोई भी बॉडी हो, यहाँ पे एक्सेलरेशन क्या आएगा? कोई भी बॉडी हो उसका यहाँ पे फोर्स आएगा mg sin थीटा. ठीक है, mg sin थीटा where थीटा is this, and यहाँ पे आ जाएगा if it is sliding it means the friction is at its maximum value, so it will be mu mg cos theta, mu mg cos theta. So now when you are going to find out the acceleration, what you will do? mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta divided by m. Is it going to depend on mass? No. If you keep 10 kg, 20 kg, 100 kg, it is going to have the same acceleration, because when you divide this force by mass का factor cancel. So acceleration will be g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. ठीक है, g है हमारे पास 9.8 लेने के लिए बोला है. sin theta is in this case half, mu is half, sorry, sin theta is 1 by root 2, mu is half, and cos theta is 1 by root 2. What we'll get? 9.8 by root 2 कॉमन ले लो, 1 minus half क्या आ जाएगा? हाफ. तो हम लोग के पास आया 4.9 by root 2, 4.9 by root 2 या फिर 9.8 by 2 root 2. So it is given in the fourth option. So this is very simple, है ना? ऐसे क्वेश्चन और ऐसे क्वेश्चन आते हैं. ये आपका देखो मणिपाल के एग्जाम में आया है 94, 97. तो ठीक है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन आते हैं, अभी भी आ सकते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, a body of mass 100 gram is sliding from an inclined plane, inclined at 30 degree. So it is inclined at 30 degree. Now they are saying that body is sliding, so we have to find out the frictional force. So when body is sliding, frictional force will be mu mg cos theta. So here we have mu is equal to 1.7, m is 100 by 1000 because it is given in gram. So mu m g cos theta is root 3 by 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So what we are getting? We are getting 1.7 into root 3 into half. It is given in the option 2. Clear? Now A4, a car is moving along a straight horizontal road with speed v0. If the coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is mu, then the shortest distance in which the car can be stopped is. Shortest distance in which car can be stopped is. So यहाँ पे क्या है? When you will apply the brake, क्या लगेगा? Friction लगेगा. And when you are traveling, है ना? जब हम travel करते हैं तो अर्थ से, if you consider the complete car as a system, as a complete system, so only one force is acting in horizontal direction. If you see along the road or against the road or parallel to the car, जो कि हम circular motion में पढ़ेंगे, there is only one external force. When the vehicle is on the ground, there is only one force which is there. कौन सा force है वो? Friction, because they are not pulling the car with the help of any rope or anything. We are not pushing the car, so there is no other force. There is only frictional force. So whatever acceleration we are going to get, either acceleration or retardation, or in case of circular turn, you will have an acceleration towards the center. So all of them will be provided by friction only. ठीक है? तो जैसे यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि when this car is moving with speed v naught, if the coefficient of friction is mu, then shortest distance in which car can be stopped is. So when you will apply the brake, what is the maximum force which can be applied? It will be mu mg, है ना, mass of car, and this will be the maximum friction force that can be applied. So this will be the maximum friction force which can use for the retardation of car when we apply the brakes. So if this is the maximum force, what is the maximum acceleration? Force divided by mass. तो यहाँ से m will be gone. So we have acceleration is equal to mu g. Now we have initial velocity, final velocity, and a constant acceleration. So what we'll get? V square minus u square is equal to 2as, है ना? V square is 0 minus u square is v naught. V naught square is equal to 2. Acceleration, this will be opposite to the motion, है ना? जिधर displacement होगा उसका opposite side. So if velocity is plus v naught here, या फिर it is v naught in this direction, we are taking plus here, minus here. So acceleration will be mu g in this direction. So it will be minus, and displacement will definitely happen in this direction only. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? क्योंकि आप क्या कर रहे हो? Velocity जैसे ही खत्म हुई, we have v naught speed, जैसे it will become 0 हो गया, उसके बाद हम रुक गए, हम पलट के थोड़े ना आ रहे हैं. So this is minus mu g into displacement which we have to find out. तो ये तो गायब हो गया, 0 हटा दो, this will get cancelled. So we will get s is equal to v naught square divided by 2 mu g. V naught square divided by 2 mu g. Option 1 is the correct answer. Next, section B, static friction. The frictional force is self-adjustable, not self-adjustable, scalar quantity, equal to the limiting force. So no, self-adjustable है, not self-adjustable, self-adjustable है, तो not self-adjustable is definitely incorrect. Scalar quantity, no, it's a force, so it's a vector quantity. Equal to the limiting force, नहीं, it varies from 0 to limiting value of the static friction. A block is placed on a rough floor and a horizontal force is applied on it. The force of friction F by the floor on the block is measured for different values of F, and graph is plotted between them. ठीक है? So the graph is straight line of slope 45 degree. Second, the graph is straight line parallel to the f axis. Third is the graph is a straight line of slope 45 for small f and a straight line parallel to the f axis for large f. हाँ, ये तो correct है, ये हमने देखा है. What we have seen that when we apply the force and when we increase the force slowly, the value of friction force also increases, but it can increase up to a fixed value. Clear है? तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि हम लोगों ने ग्राफ बनाया था फ्रिक्शन के फर्स्ट लेक्चर में, आई थिंक. So it will increase as you start applying force, as you start increasing force, this friction also increases. जितना force उतना ही friction, जितना force उतना ही friction, because force we are applying the force, friction is acting in this direction and body is not moving. But अब क्या होगा? After a value of force, force क्या होगा? इसके बाद एक constant value आएगी, क्योंकि after that this friction can increase up to this value only. This is Fs max. This is Fs max. So friction can increase up to this value only. After this, even if you increase the friction, even if you increase the applied force, friction cannot increase. It will remain constant. But if there is a coefficient of kinetic friction is less, which is most of the time it is less only. कभी-कभी नहीं given होता है, but most of the time it is less only. So after some time, what will happen? After this point, if you continue to increase the force, body will start moving, and now you will not be in the domain of static friction. You will be in the domain of kinetic friction. So at that point, what will happen? After some time, or after increasing the force for some time, we'll have a lesser friction. We'll have a lesser friction, and this will be the value of kinetic friction. है ना, this will be the value of kinetic friction. So what we are getting, the graph is a straight line of slope 45 for small f and a straight line parallel to the f axis for large f. करेक्ट है ये, है ना, for large f it is parallel to the x axis, for small f it is a line making 45 degree angle with the f axis, capital F axis. So C is correct. There is a small kink on the graph. This is the small kink on the graph. ठीक है, so all C and D are correct. So we'll have first answer, first option as correct answer, C and D. Question number B3. A block A kept on an inclined surface just begins to slide if the inclination is 30 degree. If inclination is 30 degree. The block is replaced by another block B and it is found that it just begins to slide if inclination is 40 degree. Clear है ये चीज? तो यहाँ पे क्या है? When we have block A, it begins to slide at 30 degree, and the second mass we have 40 degree here, and B begins to slide at 40 degree. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे हमें बोला है कि कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट है चारों में से. मास ऑफ A is greater than B, mass of A is equal to B, mass of A is less than B. All the three are possible. So now tell me the inclination, the sliding angle, or we had studied the angle of repose. Angle of repose, it depends on what? भाई कोई भी बॉडी रखो यहाँ पे, अगर आपका when you will change this block, है ना, when you will change this block A से हमने B किया, तो definitely the interaction between this surface of this block and the surface of this inclined plane will vary. If this block is having different material and this block is having different material, then mu will change. यहाँ पे mu1 हो सकता है, यहाँ पे mu2 हो सकता है, correct? And we know this block will start sliding. This block, let's say its mass is Ma and its mass is Mb. ठीक है? This block will start sliding. It means Ma sin 30. Mag sin 30 is equal to mu Mag cos 30. This equation will come for this. Now here we can see this is the condition if it is sliding. If it is sliding, then this is the condition. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पे क्या है कि Ma तो कैंसिल हो गया. Now we can write mu is equal to tan 30. Here what we have, Mb G sin 40 is equal to mu Mb G cos 40. So again we got tan 40 is equal to mu 2. यहाँ पे mu 1 है. So basically, if you replace this mass, if we have the same material and you replace this mass, है ना, Ma की जगह कुछ और if you replace, तो क्या होगा? Again it is going to slide at the same value of this angle. tan 30 पे ही slide होगा ना, I mean 30 वाले एंगल पे ही slide होगा ना. Inclination जब 30 होगा तो उस पे slide होगा, because condition for sliding is this. यहाँ पे जो force है वही force यहाँ पे होना चाहिए. So this is the condition for sliding. ठीक है? So it is not depending on the mass. So कुछ भी mass रखो फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तो basically when you have changed the mass, when you have changed the block from A to B, what has basically changed? जो change हुआ है, it is mu. Mu which is functioning between these two surfaces, it has changed. ठीक है? So definitely इसका और इसका जो material है and इसका जो material है, it is different. That's why mu has changed, because of which the angle of repose has changed, and now angle of repose is 40. Now even if you keep a mass equal to Ma, but of this material here, then also we are going to get the sliding at an angle 40 degree. Clear है? तो it doesn't depend on mass. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे mass of A can be equal to B or greater than or less than. It doesn't matter कि what is the value of mass. यहाँ पे जो angle of repose में change आया, या फिर the angle at which the block started sliding, उसमें जो change आया, it is because the coefficient of friction because of interaction between the surfaces has changed. ऐसा ही कुछ हुआ होगा पक्का. ठीक है? दूसरा कोई केस पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, because if you change the mass, it is going to remain same, the angle is going to remain same because mu is fixed. Now if angle of repose has changed, इसका मतलब mu has changed. If angle of repose या फिर angle at which the block is going to slide has changed, it means mu has changed. Mu has changed means, is it dependent on mass? No, it is not dependent on mass. So whatever mass you keep, mu is not getting affected. It is affected because of the surfaces. So यहाँ पे change किसमें आया है? The surfaces which or the material of A and material of B are different. Mass से फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So mass of A can be greater than or equal or less than B. So all three are possible. ठीक है? So this angle is not changing because of mass or not because of we are changing the mass of the blocks. Clear है? Question number so answer will be fourth. Question number 4. It is easier to pull a body than to push because first the coefficient of friction is more in pushing than that in pulling. No, if you push the block or if you pull the block, coefficient of friction, whenever you are reading the question, please read it carefully. They are talking about the coefficient of friction. If the block is same, coefficient is going to remain same. It is not going to change. Because the coefficient of friction doesn't depend on the force you are applying or the mass or anything. It only depends on the material of the surfaces which are interacting with each other to create friction. So first option is wrong. Second option, the friction force is more in pushing than that in pulling. Friction force, when you pull, the friction force is less. Why? When you are pulling one component, if you are pulling at an angle, one component will be acting upward, है ना? Which is going to decrease the normal acting between the surfaces, because of which friction will decrease. So the friction force is more in pushing than that in pulling. So when you are pushing, a component of that force will apply in vertically downward direction, because of which normal will increase, because of which friction will increase. So when you are pushing, the friction force is more. When you are pulling, the friction force is less. ये हम लोगों ने किया है lecture में. So second option is correct. Third, the body does not move forward when pushed. ये तो एकदम बकवास बात है ना? क्यों नहीं चलेगी बॉडी? चलेगी बट थोड़ी मेहनत ज्यादा लगेगी. ऑप्शन 4, none of these. ठीक है. उसके बाद B5. Mark the correct statement about the friction between two bodies. Static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. Static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. Is it correct? सोचेंगे. Static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. तो क्या होता है कि वैसे यहाँ तो हमारे पास क्या है, B C D A B C A C D A B D. These are the 4 options. तो एक एक करके देख लेते हैं. So first option is first statement is A is the static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. Second, coefficient of static friction is always greater than the coefficient of kinetic friction. ये तो definitely correct है. Coefficient of static friction. Coefficient of friction depends on the interaction between the bodies, है ना, कि उसमें किस टाइप का मटेरियल है और कितना ज्यादा उनके बीच में इंटरलॉकिंग हो पा रही है. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, काइनेटिक फ्रिक्शन हमेशा कम हो जाता है वंस बॉडी स्टार्ट्स मूविंग, व्हेन इट गेन्स अ मोशन. तो फिर उसके बाद क्या होता है, फ्रिक्शन थोड़ा सा कम लगने लगता है, कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन डिक्रीजेस. सो कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन is always greater than the coefficient of kinetic friction. This is correct. First one is not correct. बहुत सारे लोगों को लगा होगा कि it is correct. Static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. No. If you talk about the maximum value of static friction, it is always greater than the kinetic friction. Fs max is what? Mu s n, and f k is mu k n. Now mu k is always less than mu s. It means f k is always less than fs max. But हमें पता है कि static friction varies from 0 to fs max. 0 to fs max. It means fk lies between somewhere here. So if static friction is 0, ठीक है? Static friction, if on a body static friction is 0 for now. We are not applying any force, so there is no friction. It means static friction is 0. But kinetic friction, the value of kinetic friction is fixed. If normal is fixed, this is fixed, then value of kinetic friction is fixed. This is not fixed. So static friction can be between these values. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, यहाँ पे बीच में कहीं आएगा Fk, ठीक है, दिस इज Fs एंड यहाँ पे Fs max है, तो it will lie somewhere here, Fk will lie somewhere here, so it can be greater than the some values and less than the some values. Clear है चीज? It is definitely less than this, but at some moment we may have a value of friction maybe 1 Newton and kinetic friction हो सकता है it is fixed some 5 Newton. In that case what we have, static friction is less than kinetic friction. So जो first statement है, it is saying that static friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. This is wrong. Third is limiting friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. Limiting friction is always greater. देखो अब उसने बोला limiting friction. Limiting friction means this. So this is always greater than the kinetic friction. Third option, statement is correct. D, limiting friction is never less than static friction. Limiting friction is never less than static friction. Yes, limiting friction is the maximum value of static friction. Limiting friction is maximum value of static friction. So static friction is this, which can lie between these values. So this is going to be always less than this value, है ना? जो static friction है, it is going to be always less than limiting friction. It means less than or equal to this value of limiting friction, है ना? जो आपका static friction है, it lies between 0 to Fs max. Fs max is limiting friction. So limiting friction is never less than static friction. ये जो वैल्यू है इससे तो छोटी नहीं हो सकती ना, हाँ ये इसके बराबर हो सकती है या इससे छोटी हो सकती है, बट दिस कैन नॉट बी लेस देन दिस, है ना? तो ये 0 है, ये 10 है. अब यहाँ पे वैल्यूज होंगी ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन, यहाँ पे वैल्यूज होंगी ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन, तो दिस कैन नॉट बी लेस देन दीज वैल्यूज. सो A is incorrect, B, C and D are correct. So first option is correct. B6, the coefficient of static friction between two surfaces depends on nature of surfaces. बस बात ही खत्म. The shape of the surface, area of contact, all of the above. It only depends on the nature of surfaces. B7, a box is lying on an inclined plane. If the box starts sliding when the angle is 60 degree, then the coefficient of friction is. क्या होगा? The block starts sliding at angles theta is equal to 60 degree. So what we have? Either you can do it again, है ना, सब कुछ फिर से करके देख लो, या फिर आप सीधा बोल सकते हो कि when tan theta is equal to mu, when tan theta and angle of incline is theta, and if the यहाँ पे जो coefficient of friction आ रहा है, if that coefficient of friction equates to tan of this theta, then the block will slide on that inclined plane. Why? Here it will be mg sin theta. If we are talking about sliding, then इधर यहाँ क्या हो जाएगा? Fs max, which is mu mg cos theta, and both are equal. So mg गया, यहाँ से हमारे पास आया mu is equal to tan theta. So for the verge of sliding, we are going to have tan theta is equal to mu. So they are saying that here the block starts sliding. कहाँ पे? हाँ, the block starts sliding when the angle is 60 degree. इसका मतलब tan theta must be equal to, the tan 60 must be equal to mu. Now they are asking mu. So mu is root 3 and root 3 is 1.732. So coefficient of friction is 1.732, option 2. B8, a 20 kg block is initially at rest. A 75 Newton force is required to set the block in motion. After the motion, a force of 60 Newton is applied to keep the block moving with constant speed. The coefficient of static friction is. Coefficient of static friction is. So कैसे करेंगे इसको? So mass of block is given as 20 kg. Initially at rest, 75 Newton force is required to set the block in motion. तो यहाँ पे हमने 75 फोर्स लगाया, इसका मतलब Fs max कितना आएगा? Fs max will be 75 Newton. After the motion, a force of 60 Newton is applied to keep the block moving with constant speed. अब इतना होने के बाद it means Fs max is 75 Newton. Now what they are saying कि आपको अगर कांस्टेंट स्पीड से उसको चलाना है, then how much force you need to apply? 60 Newton. It means once it started moving, which force will be applied? Fk. Fk force will be applied. ठीक है? So now they are saying if you apply a 60 Newton force once it has started moving, if you apply 60 Newton force then it will move with constant speed. इसका मतलब हमने 60 न्यूटन लगाया, if it is moving with constant speed, it means जो backward direction of force है that is also 60 Newton. So what is that force? That is kinetic friction. So it will be 60 Newton. The coefficient of static friction is will be, this is Fs max, which is equal to mu n is equal to mu into n is 200. Clear है? N is 200. So from here we'll get mu is equal to 75 by 200 3 by 8. So it will be 0.3. It will be 0.37 है ना. So mu is equal to 0.37. वैसे we don't need this part, but to understand कि why it is different from this force, because now kinetic friction is acting. Kinetic friction is 60 Newton. So to maintain the constant speed we have to apply only 60 Newton force. So in options we have 0.35. It means it is not 0.37. Maybe they are taking G is equal to how much? 9.8. If we take G is equal to 9.8, okay, again it will increase only. So basically जो आपका approximately value है, it will be 0.35. Question number B9. A block of metal is lying on the floor of a bus. The maximum acceleration which can be given to the bus so that the block may remain at rest. So we have to find this. So again this is nothing but block over block problem. Clear? So now a block is kept on the bus. So this is the floor of bus and here we have block. A block of metal, okay, maximum acceleration that can be given to bus so that block remains at rest with respect to bus, है ना. So basically आपकी जो बस में ब्लॉक क्या होना चाहिए? रेस्ट में होना चाहिए. It means it should move with bus. If there is a relative motion, then block will move on the bus. So what we are saying, that block should be at rest. At rest means at rest on the floor of the bus. It means it should move with bus. There should not be any relative motion between these two. So now maximum acceleration which we can have for this block is, this block can move only because of friction. This block can move because of friction from the bottom, and that we have in our hand कि हमें कितना accelerate करना है बस को. So now we'll talk about this block. So this block can have maximum friction if its mass is m. It can have maximum friction mu mg. That is maximum friction or maximum force which it can have. It means it can have maximum acceleration is equal to mu g. Maximum acceleration equals to mu g. It can have only this much acceleration. So if the bus is moving with acceleration mu g or lesser acceleration, then this block will move with this. Otherwise what will happen? This bus will move faster and this block will start moving. If you see sitting on the bus, this block will appear to be moving in backward direction. Clear है? जब जैसे बस को accelerate करो, suddenly हम पीछे आते हैं, वैसे this block will start moving backward. If it has to be at rest, then it should move with the acceleration of bus, and if acceleration of bus and block has to be same, then acceleration of bus should be less than or equal to mu g. Then only they can move together, and then this block will appear to be at rest on the floor of the bus. तो हमारे पास answer will be first option. Question number B10. A box A is lying on the horizontal floor of the compartment of a train running along horizontal rails from left to right. ठीक है, train is moving in this direction. At time t, it deaccelerates. Then reaction R by the floor on the box is given best. ठीक है, which diagram is showing the best diagram of the force or the reaction from the floor of the train on the box. So first option. So now what we have? The block is lying on the floor of the train. So I will draw the 4 diagrams. This is reaction in first option, this is in second option, in third option we have like this, and in fourth option we have like this. Okay? So what they are saying that we are at time t it deaccelerates. So at time t the train is deaccelerating, then the reaction R by the floor on the bus box is given best. ठीक है, तो अब यहाँ पे क्या है, that train is deaccelerating and if the block is kept on the train which is at rest, it is just lying on the train. They are saying lying on the floor of the train. It means it is not moving inside the train. So if it is lying, it means when the train is deaccelerating means acceleration in this direction. If it is deaccelerating, it means the block is also deaccelerating with the same acceleration, same retardation. Clear? It has the same acceleration in opposite direction. So now if it is deaccelerating with A, this block is also deaccelerating with A. Now what all forces are acting on this? So here we know that only friction can act on this block in horizontal direction. In vertical direction it has normal and the mg. So when we talk about reaction includes both normal and friction. So now if it has acceleration in this direction, it means it should have a force in this direction. What is that force? That is static friction. Clear है? Some static friction must be acting. क्योंकि हमने जो block over block problem देखा था, what is happening in that block over block problems? That the upper block and lower block are moving with same acceleration, either in this direction or in this direction. So here what we have, the train is accelerating with some acceleration in this direction. Retardation मतलब the opposite to the motion, opposite to the direction of velocity. So its velocity is in this direction, acceleration is in this direction, and now if the box is lying on the floor of the train, it means it is also accelerating with same acceleration in this direction. Clear है ये चीज? So now friction must act in this direction. If it is accelerating, then there must be a force, and that force can be provided only by friction. So it means friction will act in this direction. Now they are talking about reaction from the floor, reaction from floor. They are not talking about friction or just normal. So we will have to talk about friction as well as normal. So friction will act like this, normal will act like this. So the resultant will be acting something like this. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is correct, this is wrong. Clear? So the reaction, complete reaction from the floor of the train will be given by third option. Clear? Now question number B11. A rope lies on a table. A rope so lies on a table that part of it lays over. Okay, some part of it is out of the table. The rope begins to slide when the length of hanging part is 25% of entire length. The length of the hanging part, when it is 25% of the total length, let's say this is the length of the rope and this is the 1/4 of the, okay? So when 25% of the rope is hanging, at that instant it starts sliding down. The coefficient of friction between the rope and the table is, so we can say we have m/4 here and 3m/4 here. Clear hai? So how much force is acting? Now when it is starting to slide, when we have m/4 here. Clear? So when it is starting to slide, matlab verge of motion. So force in this direction must be equal to force in this direction. What is the force in this direction? We have mg/4. And what is the force in this direction? So it will be caused because of mu n. On the verge of sliding, the friction will be equal to mu n. So here we have 3mg/4, which is equal to normal. So Fs max, or the force which is acting in this direction, is 3mg/4 into mu is equal to, now this is equal to this force if it is on the verge of sliding, mg/4. So we have mu is equal to 1/3. Mu is equal to 1/3. So answer is the first option. B12. A block of mass 1 kg lies on a horizontal surface in a truck. The coefficient of static friction between the block and the surface is 0.6. If the acceleration of truck is 5, the frictional force acting on the block is. So now again we have the same kind of problem which is related to block over block problem. So now they are asking us to find out the frictional force acting between the floor of truck and the block. So if there is a relative motion between the floor of the truck and block, then the friction will be at its maximum value. Clear? If there is a relative motion, if the block is moving on the floor of the truck, then the friction will be at its maximum value. Or if the block and the truck are moving with same acceleration, they are moving like a one block or one system, or if they are moving together, then friction will be at some intermediate value. Clear? So now we have block over block problem again, and the truck is moving with acceleration 5 meter per second square. This is 1 kg. The coefficient of friction is 0.6. Okay, so हमें निकालना frictional force. So if coefficient of friction is 0.6, we can find out its maximum acceleration. So we have n is equal to 10. Now Fs max for this Fs max is mu into n. कितना आ गया 6 न्यूटन. It means A max कितना हो जाएगा? A max maximum acceleration of this block can be definitely mu g है. So we can do it directly. So it is equal to 6 meter per second square. Maximum force divided by mass. Mass is 1 kg. Or you can say in this case the maximum acceleration is going to be mu g. So 6 meter per second square. Okay. So now this block can move with 6 meter per second square, and this truck is moving with 5 meter per second square. It means these are going to move together. Its capacity is to move 6 meter per second square. But truck is saying कि okay, you just move with 5 meter per second square. That much you can do, right? So this block can do that much. So it will move with 5 meter per second square. So its acceleration is 5 meter per second square. Now just focus on the FBD of 1 kg block. It is moving with 5 meter per second square, and there is only one force possible on it in the horizontal direction. That will be friction only. So now what we can write? Net force on this block in horizontal direction is equal to MA. Net force on it in horizontal direction is friction. So friction is equal to MA. M is 1 and acceleration is 5. So what will be the value of friction acting on it? It will be 5 Newton. It will be 5 Newton. So first option is correct. A block of mass 2 kg rests on a rough inclined plane making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. The coefficient of static friction between the block and the plane is 0.7. The frictional force on the block is. So it is at rest. Okay, it is at rest. So now sometimes people do what people do, they'll just write this is 2 kg na? They'll just write friction acting on it is mu mg cos theta. So mu is 0.7, m is 2, g is 9.8, mu mg cos theta. Theta is 30 degree. Root 3 by 2. So what we got? 0.7 into 9.8 into root 3. So people do this, and we have option for that also. So we have option 0.7 into 9.8 into root 3. But is this correct? Is this the correct answer? No. This is the maximum value of friction. What if the force which is acting in this direction is less than this? Then what will happen? The equal amount of force will act in this direction, and that will be the value of friction. Clear? So we should first see what is the force acting on it in this direction. So it is mg sine theta. 2 into 9.8 into sine theta is half. So force which is acting in downward direction is 9.8. So that much amount of force will act in this direction because this block is at rest. So if it is at rest, then this is going to equal the value of friction acting here, and this value is self-adjustable. So it is not jump to this value. It will be 9.8 only. So answer will be first option 9.8. Please don't do this. Clear? Question number B14. A block of mass 5 kg and surface area 2 meters square just begins to slide down on an inclined plane when the angle of inclination is 30 degree. Keeping mass same, the surface area of the block is doubled. The angle at which it starts sliding down is. So now sliding down depends only on mu. At what angle the block is sliding down depends on mu. Did we change the value of mu? If we have mu is equal to tan theta, it is going to slide. Now in first case, tan theta is tan 30 degree, which is equal to mu. Now again, in next case, what we are doing? We are not changing this. We are not changing this. It means this is not changing. We are not changing this. We are not changing mu. So क्या होगा वहाँ पे? It is going to remain same. The angle at which the block is going to slide is going to remain same. Basically, what we are doing? We are changing the area. Mu doesn't depend on area. So we have mu as same. Theta is same. So definitely the new block which has the double area and same mass, for that also we are going to have the same angle of repose or same angle at which it is going to slide, because mu only depends on the nature of surface. It is not going to depend on the area, mass, normal reaction or anything. So if you are not changing mu, theta will not change. If you are not changing theta, mu will not change. ठीक है? Not. If you are not changing theta, if you are not changing mu, theta will not change. This theta is angle of repose on which the block starts to slide. Clear hai? So it is not going to change if you are not changing this. And here we are changing the area. Mu doesn't depend on the area. Clear hai? So mu is not changing. So answer will be 30 degree only. B15. A 60 kg body is pushed horizontally with just enough force to start it moving across a floor, and the same force continues to act afterwards. The coefficient of static friction and sliding friction are 0.5 and 0.4 respectively. The acceleration of body is. So what we are doing? We have mass equals to 60 kg and mu s is equal to 0.5, mu k is equal to 0.4. So just we have applied a force which was just enough for this drop to move. So how much force we had applied? It must be equal to Fs max if it is just started sliding. That will be mu into n. है ना? Mu into n. Mu mg. So what we have? 300 Newton. We are applying a force of 300 Newton. But as the block started moving, the friction has decreased, and now Fk is acting. Fk will be mu k into m into g. So now 240. ठीक है? So अब क्या हो रहा है? On that block we are continuing to apply this much force in forward direction. The same force we are applying which we applied earlier before the motion. So now we are applying 300 Newton in forward direction and 240 Newton in backward direction is acting because of the friction. So how much extra force we have? 60 Newton. So acceleration of the block will be 1 meter per second square. Answer will be fourth option. Now question number 16, which is the last question. So last question is, the blocks A and B are arranged as shown in the figure. The pulley is frictionless. The mass of A is 10 kg. The coefficient of friction between A and horizontal surface is 0.2. The minimum mass of B to start the motion will be. So we have a setup like this: A and then here B. So here we have mu is equal to 0.2. This is 10 kg. So minimum mass of B for the motion. So on the verge of sliding, again what we are going to have, the force in this direction is equal to force in this direction. Maximum force in this direction is mu mg. It is 20 Newton. So here we should have 20 Newton. It means mass should be, how much we should have the mass? Mass equals to 2 kg. है ना? Mass equals to 2 kg. So first option will be correct. So in this exercise 1 we had very simple problems. So please do all the problems and try exercise 2 again after seeing the solution of first exercise. It will be helpful, and if you are not able to do it, then you can see the solution of exercise 2, which we are going to record after this exercise. Thank you.